Morning, James.
Morning.
Anyone else back in contention off the treatment table for the next one against Altrincham?
No. This is a group that will see out this week, like I said on Friday. So what was pleasing was Manny got through an hour, and he's in a no worse position, so that's positive. We need to monitor and see how Jeff King does today after his knock on his knee. He got through the game, and there's a couple of knocks and bruises, such as Luke Kroll on the tackle that obviously led to the sending off. So look, we've got to monitor it today, a few of the lads, but in general the group will be the same, the 15 or so that was named in the squad on Saturday.
Is it a case of whenever one of your players gets a knock now, there's a little hand over the eyes, just like, oh my God, here we go again?
Yeah, we've all got that feeling, I think, at the moment, haven't we? We're getting through. And it's credit to the group in general, both the players that are not playing as well. The togetherness is again shown on Saturday. I thought we saw the game out really professionally. First half we played very well, created chances, numerous chances. What was disappointing in the second half was we didn't put the game to bed in terms of getting the third. We had chances too, we didn't do it. And it got a little bit sloppy. However, we kept them at arm's length and they didn't really get a penalty area entry, which was the pleasing thing. So a professional performance.
What pleased you more at the weekend? The way that you got ahead with the nature and the quality of the goals, or the way that you stayed ahead and managed the game out?
Well, you have different challenges during the season. You might get a player less, which we've had in recent weeks, but leading up to the last two games. And then the opponents had one player less, and we've managed both scenarios really well. So Dagenham the last 10 minutes, including added on time when Jamie got sent off, we done well to get the points. Shut up shop, made the pitch as small as we could and defended our 18-yard box. And then on the flip side of that, obviously the two first half sending offs against the opposition, we've made the pitch really big and we've created opportunities and we've scored goals and we've conceded 0. So it's really pleasing, and look, it's never a given when you go 11v10. I thought our ball speed was excellent, and we created different opportunities.
And particularly at that ground and against that team in Solihull, it has been a difficult place for the club. I mean, winning convincingly there, that's a sign of progress, isn't it? That they're a team that have caused you problems.
Yeah, and they've got their own aspirations, and they've got an experienced manager that's been in the playoffs at this level with his previous team. So look, nothing's a given, is it? And it was always going to be a close game, and I was really pleased that we got 0 against and managed to score 2. We move quickly on now, obviously, to a tough opponent tomorrow.
Tyrone Williams got a clean sheet at his former club. Not bad start at the club. 2 wins, 2 clean sheets as well. Shows great strength of character, doesn't it, from him?
Yeah, and it was remarkable how calm he was before the game. And look, he was very respectful to his previous employer, wasn't he? The way he conducted himself, and the way he conducted himself for his new club. I thought he was calm, very professional in his performance. He used the ball really well and defended second half a little bit more aggressively. I asked for him to be a little bit more aggressive at half time, and he was that in the second half, and he won his first contacts and landed on balls down the side of him really well. There's more to come from Tyrone. He's going to be a good signing for us in the coming years.
First goal of the season for Alex Whittle, second goal for the club in total. Was that a reward for the performances he's been putting in recently?
It's a reward for his patience and his dedication, because he picked up an injury in pre-season. Calvin obviously took the shirt and done really well. There's great competition there now for that place, but both of them can play on the other side as well because they've got the intelligence to do it. So look, we've got 3 wing backs available for 2 positions. It's a shame what happened to George, but we've still got cover both sides, and there's good competition between 3 of them.
Is it his shirt to lose now, Alex, after that?
Well, I can understand why you're saying that. You've made that statement. Look, that's what we want, isn't it? We want performances like that, and they want to force my hands, the players. Despite the camaraderie and the togetherness, obviously they all want to play, and they're all going to play minutes, but they all want to be in those big games when they come up, starting tomorrow.
Last one really about the weekend. I mean, the travelling support, over 900 Spireites fans in a crowd of 1,900. That's pretty incredible, isn't it?
It was. It seemed like more as well. They were so. They were credit to the club. They were excellently behaved, first and foremost, respectful, and supported their team respectfully and so loud. I heard them from the first minute to the last. Incredible support, and it's a marker the way they're coming through to watch games away and home now. It's a marker for what we've achieved as a club in the last 12 months since I've been here. So it's remarkable, really, and magnificent support.
It's now 16 league goals in 16 league games for Kabi Shimanga. It's a remarkable record. I suppose my question now is, are you bracing yourself for interest in him from other clubs in January?
No, I'm not bracing myself. He's really happy here. We can only control what we can control, and look, if he performs to a level where clubs show interest or want to purchase him or any of my other players, because we've got to remember that we won it on Saturday with 14 players and we're getting clean sheets. Over 50% of our games are clean sheets, so why wouldn't anyone come in from any of my defenders? It's the same up the other end, and people who have an understanding of the game will realise his goals come from a solid foundation. His work rate, his talent are a big part of it. What was his best bit of the game on Saturday? Great finish. But he's working back on the centre half in the 91st minute to stop a counter-attack, and that's the mark of the man, and that's how hungry he is to succeed. He's got talent, but he's got work rate as well, so he's going to have a good future in the game, but his future's here.
You appreciate why I asked, though, because people, goal scorers are at a premium. He will clearly have taken headlines. There can hardly have been more better signings across all the divisions this summer. So, there would be fans that would be looking at it and think there'll be people that have a nibble, and normally every player has a price.
Yeah, but what's been important here is the purchases were made, so the players' age and how much development cap they've got. So what's their ceiling, and what do we think we can add to their game, the 1% on top of their talent. And we've got players now that have market value, and that's credit to the board for backing me on that. The resources here have never been a problem. The budget, they've always had a budget here. When they've dropped into the National League, they've been in the top echelons of the league in terms of budgets. Now you have to spend that budget wisely to give yourself a chance in terms of results, but also for the future of the club, that your players must have market value. And we've got that now, and Cabby's an example of that, as well as Lawrence Maguire, Jack Clark, etc. I could go on, Calvin Miller, Seydou Khan. So we've got players that help, but we've also got players with experience in National League and EFL experience to counteract that. So really pleased with how the age has come down from 32 to 27 in terms of average age. We've got players with market value, and we've got players that are getting results, so it's a good mix and it's a good place to be at the moment.
So you're hopeful that everyone that's in your squad is still going to be in your squad come the end of January, and isn't it for the long haul this year?
Yeah, and look, I understand you've got a job to do, and a few months ago you were talking about my future, and then now you're talking about the players' future. We're committed to each other. There's a trust in the change room and in the building with the board, all the way down to the players, to the chef, to the kit man, etc. We're all pulling in the same direction, and we've got one mission, one goal, and one target, and that's quite clear. And we're broadening our shoulders out to that expectation. We like that expectation. At the moment, we've got 10 players out injured, and we're still picking up results, and that's credit to the group and to where we are as a club. So long may it continue. It's going to take an almighty effort against a really technical team tomorrow, with a good manager, to overcome the opponent tomorrow after a Saturday away game. So we've got to pull together. We need to get supporters in again. We need to make it as loud as possible, as hostile as possible, and we need to play with our DNA the best we can, and hopefully we can get the result.
And you imagine with Altrincham that their win at Weymouth will have given them a boost. They've had a tough spell of results recently, but they'll go in with a little bit of a positive there with that win.
Yeah, and look, I'm sure they'll come and try and influence the game their way, because they've got a clear way of playing. But so have we. And yeah, of course, it's a positive result for them on the back of their disappointment in the FA Cup. It's a good bounce back from them, and it shows character in their squad. It's going to be a tough evening, I have no doubts about that, but one we can overcome, I'm sure.
Chesterfield, as a former league club, have always been a scalp and a prize at this level, but has that increased now even more now that you're the team at the top, you're the team that's being hunted by everyone else, and is that a tag in a situation that you relish?
I'd rather be here than 22nd, so yeah, got to look at the positives, not glass half empty, half full. Look, when you turn up here, and there's 5,000-6,000 here, and the pitch is it's immaculate, and the facilities you get here and the way you're treated, everyone wants to play here, So I knew that when I signed as a manager here, so it's no different. We've got to relish that expectation, like I said, and we are, but not get carried away. It's a great result on Saturday. We're only just over a third away of the season through. So, look, we want to be consistent in our actions and consistent in our training and make sure we train how we want to play. And as long as we do that, I've got every confidence we can continue this form.
Yeah, 7 wins in 8 now with 5 clean sheets. I mean, how much does winning become a habit and give you that extra kind of 5-10% in terms of the belief to maybe turn draws into wins?
Well, I just said about training, how we want to play. The training's competitive. When we have 5-a-sides, when we have small-sided games, we want winners. And that's embedded right through the team now. And whoever puts the shirt on has got that feeling that it's win at all costs. In terms of do we need to adapt our style of play to win a game, or do we need to do in the second half because we've got another game Tuesday at Solihull when they've gone down to 10 men. So yeah, it's all geared to winning and continuing that winning trail.
I've seen that you've scored the opening goal in 81% of matches this season, which is an impressive statistic. I mean, how crucial has that in particular been to the success this year?
I think it shows that we are looking to win games, I would say that stat, but also in the 19% that we haven't, we've reacted really well, including the supporters. So it's both ways. There's many ways to win a game, and when adversity comes, it's important to bounce back, such as the Woking defeat. We've come back strong on this 8-game run. If there's adversity tomorrow evening, whether it's a refereeing decision, because they're only human, sometimes you don't get the decisions, whether it's a goal against you, we've got to react the right way, which we have done.
Just finally, James, this is something clearly we'll talk on a lot more later in the week, but it's very close to a year in charge now at the club. Do you feel that the standards and expectations that you wanted to bring in are now kind of embedded, and that you don't necessarily need to tell the players what you want now? They kind of get it, and they're driving those things themselves?
Yeah. I guess the language within the building, within the ground, because we're based here obviously every day before we go across to the training ground, the language that people are using, the good feel factor is definitely here. The expectation comes with that, but you don't shy away from that expectation. You make sure you meet that head on, and we can't wait to start tomorrow again, because we're playing well, we're playing winning football, we're scoring goals and not letting a lot in, so what a place to be. It's probably taken a year to get it to where I want to, the culture, but we still can go further on. There's always ways to go further on. You've got to evolve all the time. Even when things are going well, you have to make sure you reflect and know, okay, then what did we do well? Even on Saturday, the second half performance technically wasn't up to speed. The pitch coverage was not great. There was too many breakdowns in our passages. However, on the flip side of that, we defended really well. So can we be a bit better with the ball for 90 minutes on Tuesday?